Hey, ouch. Israel's Netta has had her first rehearsal at Eurovision 2018. Should we talk about it? Let's do this! You guys, Israel's Netta is serving some Asian realness. Behind her on stage are those famous cat Buddha dolls going like this. I'm not talking one, I'm talking a whole sea of them. It is gold, it is bright, it is happy. She is wearing what appears to be a Japanese kimono-inspired outfit, very colorful. If you've seen her press photo, you'll be familiar with it. It looks really bright and cheery, very feel-good. The stage mimics the music video in many ways, those same kooky, crazy dancers doing all sorts of wild choreography. I really like this bold vision. They took the bold vision from the music video and applied it to the stage. That is all amazing. I think it's very striking, arresting. It's going to sail through to the final. I must say I was slightly let down during the first run through because when the camera pans out, that takes away from the magic, which is Netta. She is magical. The strongest bits at the beginning when they're focused on her face and she's got the attitude, she is wonderful and I love that aspect of it. But when it pans out, for me it loses the fire and the strength. The music video doesn't pan out like that. It's all Netta and that's why it's so good. So I'm in the chorus as a result, when they do it, feels less strong than it should. They've added pyro, or not smoke, basically, in subsequent runs, so it looked much better. But I don't want to say this is like Francesco Gabbani last year and that this is not the winner, but I feel less confident actually after this rehearsal than I did previously. However, they have such a good package going on, they can nip and tuck and get this back up to that total slayage level. It's just that these run-throughs, those wide shots, are really killing the feel for me. At times. I mean, overall, I love it.
Yeah, I love the song. It's my #1 song of the year. Elements of the staging work, elements of it don't. The whole emphasis on the whole kind of Oriental Far East is very random. I don't get it. And we don't have a great track record of white women at Eurovision doing that kind of vibes. If we think of Germany 2016, that was a complete disaster. And I don't know, will people, because there's a growing movement kind of when people can call out cultural appropriation and that could go negatively against her in the press, that some of the mainstream media outlets might call her out on it. Because there's no association to the song. But saying that, like you were saying, it's not centred on Netta often enough, but in the latter run-throughs, there was the coloured smoke, and I presume then the idea of the zooming out is we'll see the crowd dancing along to the song. But like there's not as much done as could be done, and like there were elements, they're obviously still working on it, because for 2 of the run-throughs, Netta was guided off stage by Dorian Medallion, the songwriter, and that was very random.
And his shirt said "stupid boy," so I'm wondering, are they flying in a man to kind of escort her off the stage?
Yeah, like it's just bizarre, and it doesn't capture the magic of the music video.
I feel better about this though than I did Francesco Gabbani this time last year. Like that first rehearsal was very much like, oh no. This they actually learned from like the errors that they had in the first couple of run-throughs. There was an immediate build-up, whereas actually Italy seemed to just go further down and down. Like they never fixed anything. They were just happy with what they had. This, it was like a 8 out of 10, but for me this is like a 9.5 song. So it needs to be it needs to go up, but I'm still confident about it. I think that in the final run-through there were some much better camera angles. There was one where Netta sort of walks toward you, and then the camera spins to the dancers. The dancers are on the bridge to begin with, which is a bit weird. It kind of feels like they're a little out of place. And actually, I worry that people think, oh, we just had that lovely touching moment on the bridge from Lithuania, and then
this will wake people up. This will wake people up. I'm not worried about it.
There's a commercial break as well just before it, so again, there will be enough of a distinction, I think. She sounded great. I think she was holding back a little to begin with, but there's some really nice touches as well. Her looper kind of lights up at points. It looks like a Simon Says, which is part of the... So we're not getting Pikachu, and I guess maybe that's the Japanese influence, is talking about Pikachu, but I do worry a little about that whole Japanese, because I don't know whether the cat thing, is that Chinese or Japanese?
Well, we have them in Vietnam too, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I just kind of feel like it was... it doesn't make sense to me that But she does have that kind of in the music video. She wears a kimono and that looks fine. So I don't know. I think there was just something missing. But
one interesting thing we haven't touched on is in the opening bars, it's totally silent and it's almost like an a cappella with the a cappella noises she makes up. All that stuff, and it's very cool. I really like that effect actually because it gives the song more dynamism because it starts with no music and then there's this build and then it's like boom. So that's all very good, very promising. And honestly, I think for the first, until it hits the chorus, I'm like whoa, 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 whoa. It's just when they pan out is when I'm slightly taken away. This is still in contention and in a big way. Do not get us wrong. I just think expectations were so astronomically high. We're all looking for nitpicky things.
There was no way it was ever really going to meet anybody's expectations because everybody thought this is like the walk it winner again. So.
And now it could still win it. Clearly, it's just going to be they're sprinting along with a few other acts. So this is going to be interesting. It's very interesting. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you excited to see the full run through? How do you feel about the cats with the hands, cultural appropriation, or totally appropriate because she is fun and loves Japanese culture? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to like the video
and hit subscribe and turn on the notifications.
We'll see you later.
Bye.